Today, I'm going to show you how to not waste your life. Here we go. I've got 3 simple steps to help you take charge of your day, your week, your month, your year, your entire life so that you don't spend time wasting time thinking about what needs to be done and not doing it and feeling anxious about it. Most of the time, the people that I talk to are just stressed to the max. We live in such a go, 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 fast-paced society, and everybody feels like they've got a really full plate. But here's the thing. Half the time, we're stressing about things that we're not doing because we're not doing it, and we haven't exactly made sense of what we need to do in our mind. So our mind is trying to figure things out as best as it can, but you need to take the time to just do this. So I'm going to give you an example. I used to have a lot of trouble with appointments. If I booked an appointment in one day, it would pretty much take up my entire mind for that day because I would be stressing about, make sure you get up on time, make sure you get ready in time, make sure you eat food in time, make sure you leave in time. What if there's traffic, and what if I'm late? And these are the kinds of things that would go over and over in my mind. But the fact is, when I learned how to actually time these things out, I started to make kind of like a little graph and get real about how much time it takes to do something. So, for example, let's say you've got a doctor's appointment downtown. How long does it take you to actually get ready for that appointment? And I'm going to give extra time because it takes me probably 15 minutes to get ready to actually leave the house. So let's say 20 minutes. 20 minutes to get ready to go to your thing. You write that on the first one. How long does it actually take to get your shoes on, get out the door, get in your vehicle? 5 minutes. How long does it take to drive to your appointment? Let's say 25 minutes. And again, you figure that out. You can use Google Maps to check it out, exactly how long it takes at the time, like the next day before. You can look at the time and roughly estimate, and then add 5 minutes on top of that for, say, parking. And if you've got a ways to walk after you park, add 5 minutes onto that. Because most of the time, it only takes you 15 minutes to drive someplace, and depending on where you're living. But you just add that extra time in. So let's say 25 minutes to get there, then I want an extra 10 minutes to find a parking space, walk to the building that I'm going to. 10 minutes. All right. How long is the appointment going to take? Well, these days, you never know how long you're going to be waiting for something, but based on your past experiences, you've probably got a pretty good idea. So, let's say, for just the sake of showing you how this works, let's say 1 hour. And then after that, give you 10 minutes to get out of there, use the bathroom, whatever, before you get back in your vehicle. And let's say you want to sit in your vehicle and have a drink and a snack that you packed because you're so smart. And you want another 10 minutes before you drive back. And then you drive all the way back home. That's another 25 minutes, being generous. All right, so now that you've got all the time mapped out, you add it all up and you look. And it is 2 hours and 45 minutes. And most people look at all these tasks and they go, holy shit, my day is jam-packed. I do not have time to do anything else with anyone else because I've got to get ready for this appointment and drive there and drive back, and I'm just going to be rushed the whole time, and it's scary and it's stressful. 2 hours and 45 minutes. I can guarantee you that you might be wasting an entire 2 hours and 45 minutes just at home stressing about these kinds of things. Is that you? That used to be me. I could seriously waste 2 hours and 45 minutes just stressing about the thing that I had to do, trying to put together the logistics of how I was going to do it, stressing about leaving the house because I was tired, I was anxious. I would start to think about all the other things that I needed to do. Like, you haven't finished your laundry. You need to prep those other snacks for the week. You haven't cleaned the kitchen. All these things that would go undone, and then I would all of a sudden try to rush through doing a whole bunch of things that needed to be done, because I'm like, as soon as you have something like this on your schedule, all of a sudden we're like, no, we've got all these other things that have to be done right now, because those are important too. But it's like, are they? And if they are, here's what you do. Schedule them in. Be realistic. Set timers. So there's your time map, we'll call it, for the things you need to do to get ready and go to and from your appointment. So on top of that, now you're looking at your day and you're like, holy shit, I have like 14 hours in my day, and I only have to spend 2 hours and 45 minutes of that going to and from and doing this appointment. So now you're like, oh man, I guess I could clean my kitchen. That probably only takes 30 minutes. What else could I do? Man, I guess I could fit in a shower. Again, getting all that, another 30 minutes. Man, that's still only 3 hours and 45 minutes in your day. What else could you fit in? Oh man, I could sit down and read a book for a whole hour. That's only 4 hours and 45 minutes. I guess I could make myself a really nice lunch and have that. That's another hour. That's 5 hours and 45 minutes of your day. Man, maybe you're a stay-at-home entrepreneur like me, and I work a lot from home, so scheduling everything is really important. So what else could you do? Oh, those emails that have been piling up. You could spend another 30 minutes on that. I don't recommend doing more at a time because you might fry your brain. But look what happens when you start to put things down into reality of what time it takes. Instead of having all of these tasks running through your mind, because your brain and your body can't tell the difference when you've got all these things going through your mind of like, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this, I gotta go there, and you're exhausted. You're mentally exhausted because you've just wasted 2 hours and 45 minutes thinking about all the things that you have to do instead of doing the things that need to be done. And that brings me to another point. How present are you with each of the things you're doing? Because if you are, spending 1 hour having a delicious lunch, but instead of having your delicious lunch, you're stressed out thinking about all the other stuff you have to do, your digestion's probably not going to be that great. You probably won't enjoy your lunch that much, and you'll probably be hungry again really soon because you didn't even pay attention to the fact that you were eating something delicious. Yeah. And I know a lot of people do scheduling in Google Calendars, and that's really good. I use that all the time. However, I think it's really important to have something right in front of your face, like a piece of paper that you can just write down, jot all the things down with your time map and take it with you. If you've got to leave the house and you're going to a store, if you've got a couple stores to go to, if you're going to appointments, have your time map and bring it with you. Because so easily we can forget. Like, you can put a whole bunch of scheduling into your phone, but then if you never look at it again, then you go back into that loop of thinking of everything you got to do all at once, stressing yourself out, getting addicted to those stress hormones, going into the same hamster wheel, getting nothing done, wasting 2 hours and 45 minutes in your house, just going from room to room, stressing about things that you haven't done, that you got to do, and oh, this person hasn't called yet, and I haven't done this. And it's like, well, focus on what you can do. Don't worry about what needs to be done on Tuesday. Don't worry about what needs to be done on Saturday. Schedule it in and leave it alone. Put in reminders. That's the other thing. If you constantly forget about what you're doing, like if you get distracted from your tasks, use reminders. I had for so long so many things that I was scheduling out for myself, but if I didn't put a timer reminder in my phone, they could so easily be forgotten. especially if you're a busy parent, you've got kid stuff going on, family stuff going on, work stuff going on. Take the time to schedule things in with realistic time frames. Make yourself notifications in your phone, and this will help you. This has taken oodles of stress off my plate just by making a time map when I have important things that need to be done, even if they're not that important. Like sometimes, if you if you have like a free day, or maybe your kids have all grown up and they're gone, and you're trying to like restart your life, you're doing a lot of at-home work, and it's like all of a sudden you have this big time window and you're like, whoa, I haven't had this much free time in years. And all of a sudden you're just like, boom, 10,000 things that you've been waiting to do for so long. You're like, brain scramble, the list of all the things. And then you go into mental shutdown and overload because your body goes into a stress response. You end up in the bathroom because you're stressed out, and then you end up sitting on the couch completely exhausted because you went and thought about all the things you had to do all at once. That sucks. What you should do instead is make yourself that time map. Figure out what absolutely must be done that would just be so fantastic to get done in the day, and make that your number one thing. Make that your number one priority. Make that your time map first thing. Task at hand. If you find yourself while you're doing something, and you realize, no, I'm thinking about some other task at hand, you are exhausting yourself and putting stress on your body because your mind and your body are not in coherence. Your heart, everything needs to be in coherence for you to optimize your energy output and to reduce stress. So in order to do this, you need to pay attention to what you're doing in the moment. What are you doing? What does it look like? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? Are you eating some food? Are you working on a project on your computer? Get into it. Is your mind wandering? If you notice that it is, take a moment to bring it back to where you are. Look at something that's real and tangible. We can become lost in our own mind, over and over, thinking about the what ifs and the things I didn't do yet and the things that have to be done. But that stuff just overloads you. It overloads your system. So make yourself a time map. Each day, whether you are doing fun stuff or work stuff or combining the two, or you're doing kids stuff, make yourself a time map. And set those reminders in your phone. Set alarms in your phone. Friendly ones with nice sounds. Or use your kitchen timer if you want to. But do an honest breakdown of what it actually takes to accomplish a specific task. And focus on that one thing at a time. And that's something we come back to all the time, is focusing on the one thing at a time. We often think that we have to be so busy all the time. Do you? Do you do that? Or you're just like, people ask you how you do, and you're like, oh, so busy. It's like, that's so old. We're done. Everybody's done being busy. I get that we have full lives and everything, but I honestly believe that if you start time mapping yourself, you're going to realize how much time you actually have and how much time you might be flushing down the toilet just stressing about things. Because think about it. If you're relaxing on the couch, but you're thinking about doing all the things that you should be doing, you're not actually relaxing. You're just stressing yourself out and wasting time. But if you've mapped everything out and you have designated time to just chill, you are getting the most out of that chill time. You are getting the most out of that relaxation, and you can freely just go and just delete everything else off your mind at that time, because when you're done relaxing, you're going to feel so much better getting back into the other things that you had planned because you actually took the time to chill. And that's the other thing. When you're doing stuff, don't be like, ugh, I'm doing stuff. Oh, I don't want to. It's like, come on. Just relax when you're relaxing and do when you're doing. Everybody's so, like, in contrast with what they are doing. And why are we so resistant to doing the things that we need to do? you know? Like, oh, I have to go to the store. Oh, how horrible. No, it's not. No, it's not. Just enjoy it. Find something to enjoy about it. Do you enjoy getting the food? Do you enjoy eating the food? Connect with that. You know, it's there's a lot of ways to find joy in each moment, and I really do recommend connecting with those reasons and being more present. To sum things up really quick, time map. Figure out exactly how long it takes to get somewhere, you know, how long it takes to get ready, how long it takes to actually get out the door, how long it takes to, you know, do the appointment. Figure out all these things and then add it up and take an honest look at how long it takes to do the things that you want to do, because it will free up so much time and it will make you realize how much time you're wasting. And time is one of the things that is so precious, because it's the only one that once you spend it, you will never get it back. So spend it wisely.